Along a tidal lagoon, next to marshy grasslands, bordered by sand dunes, awaits an adventure on the water that's perfect when going barefoot this summer. Making sailing easy is Jesse Youngblood, a sailing instructor with Anastasia Water Sports. The 4-mile lagoon is where first-time mariners can become comfortable at the helm. How hard could it be? Jesse says you can learn this in 10 minutes and then be on your own. After learning how to sail, if you want to get an up-close look at Mother Nature, best way to do it is with a kayak. But I gotta tell you, you're gonna really work on staying upright. Besides Hobie Cats, Anastasia Water Sports also rents kayaks from their facility located inside Anastasia State Park. That's Florida on a Tank Full, traveling in St. Augustine. Scott Fais, News 13.
The flintlock goes off and people ooh and ah.
It's in the nation's oldest city.
The soldiers, the families, they were all right in this spot.
At the Colonial Quarter in St. Augustine, history jumps off the page. The 2-acre village is a working community dating back almost 450 years. The Colonial Quarter opens up into different eras of history. On one side, you'll have the 17th century Spanish history, and right across the way, you'll have British history. Signs point the way to the 4 different quadrants showcasing 16th, 17th, and 18th century Spanish history and 18th century British history.
The ocean was their highway.
You could say that Gary Kennedy is busy building an ark. The shipwright is reconstructing a Spanish vessel.
Back in the 16th century, it wasn't that they didn't have power tools. They had plenty of type of power tools, but it was getting long enough extension cords.
Eventually, this reproduction of a caravel will stand 40 feet tall when done, although that may take a while.
I'm thinking maybe in about 7 years at this rate.
A Spanish and British restaurant on site feature menus with authentic flavors, like the Menorcan clam chowder. You can work off lunch by climbing to the top of the Spanish Watchtower for a look at the Castillo de San Marcos and the Matanzas Inlet. That's Florida on a Tank Full, traveling in St. Augustine. Scott Fais, News 13. Away from Florida's bustling city centers awaits Florida as it used to be.
We've got this 1,700-acre oasis that's surrounded by some of the most beautiful country you'll find in the southeast.
At the Westgate River Ranch, 20 miles west of Yeehaw Junction, you'll discover a dude ranch like those seen in Hollywood westerns. Climb aboard, partner. We're about to saddle up and hit the dusty trail.
Once you're on, it's like, oh, this is, I trust this horse and I trust that he's gonna, get me through this. And then you get really relaxed and become kind of one with the animal.
Out here, you can almost hear what your sturdy steed is thinking.
Sturdy? Who's the one who ate 2 hamburgers for lunch?
What? I only had one burger. Oh. Wait, yeah, maybe it was 2. But come on, you can carry me. For those cowpokes who aren't ready to hit the trail, well, there's a petting farm here full of animals that Mom wouldn't let you take home. The petting farm is full of loving animals who like to get close.
The place is very clean. They really care about their animals and their property.
Mona Iriebish grew up on a farm and didn't miss the chance to cuddle up with a deer and the other animals.
Goats, horses, donkeys, cattle.
Even a turkey who's content to be your shadow. That's Florida on a Tank Full.
But we don't really want to go home yet.
Traveling in River Ranch, Scott Fais, News 13.
All right, that guy right there, that's an alligator.
We've all come to learn this is best left to professionals. But what if you could safely hold these guys, albeit a little bit younger?
We make sure we keep that egg in the same position throughout the entire incubation period, which is 65 days.
In Palmdale each summer, Gatorama on the west shores of Lake Okeechobee needs help birthing more than 1,500 baby alligators.
It was fun, even though part of the egg was kind of like gooey and mushy.
At the hatching festival, visitors like Emily Granger are given an egg and then how baby alligators enter the world.
Seeing the awe moment that kids get when they see that alligator emerge from the egg.
I named him Everglades.
Relax, when hatched, these guys have no teeth and they're happy just to sit in the palm of your hand.
No wonder when I touched his mouth, he didn't snap at me.
It's tradition when Floridana Tankful visits Gatorama that we feed the biggest alligator out here the biggest hamburger we can find. Last time, that was Rambo. Unfortunately, Rambo has gone to the big swamp in the sky. So meet Rambo Jr. There you go, buddy. Have a big bite. Who wants it? Yes. Some of the babies will end up here at the grown-ups table. There we go. Nice job. That's Floridana Tankful. 5, 10. We're good. Traveling in Palmdale, Scott Fais, News 13. Blink, and you may miss Williston on US 27.
Thank you for calling the Ivy House.
Where Main Street meets First Street sits a 100-year-old manor.
People ask us if we have ghosts.
Built in 1912 by a Levy County doctor, the home is now a restaurant where folks dine in the parlor, living room, and on the sun porch. The stucco added decades ago now gives way to the home's original brickwork, where some patrons wonder.
So no, we don't believe in ghosts.
Owner and Williston's most notable celebrity is 80-year-old Marjorie Hale.
Everybody calls me Mimi.
Mimi believes there is something spirited about this house.
He saw 3 large, great, big angels on each corner of the house.
Diners sitting on the sun porch in the warm autumn sunshine feel comfortable here.
It's just a good, relaxing experience. And to me, that's what a meal should be.
Roy Smith and his high school sweetheart Carla first visited the Ivy House more than 6 years ago, and they keep coming back.
Like your grandmother cooked your meal and bringing it out.
The menu is full of family recipes like the baked crispy chicken and the southern fried shrimp, yet no meal here is complete without the raspberry tea.
Our biggest compliment, it makes them think they're back home or back at Grandma's house.
That's Floridana Tankful.
This is Ming, and I hope you get to eat with me today.
Traveling in Williston, Scott Fais, News 13. The undertow is still, and the eye of the storm is caught in the doldrums. Jacksonville water slides have settled in for a long winter's nap.
We switched gears completely.
Look close at Adventure Landing in Duval County and discover the water park is a bit frozen just in time for Winterfest.
That's pretty neat to see them change what wasn't used in the winter to something useful that people can do things with.
Like a snow ski resort, just minus the water ski boat docked in the lazy river, Winterfest is like a ski town where they're dancing in the street while the snow falls and some decorate cookies for Mom.
They really turned what you know to be a water park into a village.
Lace up your skates, make sure they're good and tight, and then step onto the ice rink that's actually built in the wave pool basin.
They slip, they slide, they fall on their butts, and they get right back up and have a really good time.
Follow the frozen supply lines from the wave pool and find them leading to a different type of water slide. Climb the stairs.
You know you have to go by yourself, right?
Wait for the all clear.
You ready?
Hang on tight.
Get the green and go. The Alpine Racer is a 130-foot-long frozen water slide.
It's definitely faster than a water slide, and you don't stick or have your pants right up on you or anything, so it's preferable.
He thinks 200. I think about 30 miles an hour.
Yeah. Wait for Mama.
Afterward, slow down and warm up to the fire while making s'mores. Something tells me she'll remember the warm glow of the season well after it's over. That's Floridana Tankful.
Snow in shorts in Florida, right here in Jacksonville.
Traveling in Jacksonville Beach. Scott Fais, News 13. Just west of Lake Okeechobee, over the railroad tracks, past US 27, awaits a welcoming fire.
It
is a welcome, and it kind of sets the mood for a weekend of camping.
At Fish Eating Creek Outpost, you'll discover 120 campsites for RVs and tents, many along the water.
Get out and explore.
Grab a paddle, pick a canoe, and don't forget your life jacket while heeding Patty Register's warning.
Don't blow on this whistle, Mr. Scott, unless you're dying, because you never know whose mouth it's been in.
Patty Register is not your average campground operator.
We weren't going to flip.
Patty, along with campground manager Melissa Davenport, can explain to campers where to find vistas like these.
Fish Eating Creek is the most pristine waterway left in the state of Florida.
Just be careful where they send you on the map.
We paddled up to Nude Beach. Should we tell them what we did?
While the views are all natural, don't get the wrong idea.
So it really is a nude beach?
Yeah.
How often do you go up there, Patty?
As often as I need to.
But Patty wasn't laughing when this hognose snake arrived at the campsite.
Hold on. Wait, I know an expert.
After a few texts and emails, Florida Wildlife Commission officers arrived to remove the fence.
Ow!
That's Florida on a tank full.
I want them to take an appreciation for how Florida used to be, and really how Florida still is.
Traveling in Palmdale, Scott Fais, News 13.